is Betsy with Advisor Verified. Excited to come on and give a spotlight to Ben Safipour, one of the nicest guys I think I've ever met. So, Ben, we are so excited to have you on here. Please introduce yourself.
Well, Betsy, my name is Ben Safipour. I've been in insurance for 13 years now. Been married for 22. Have a almost 16-year-old daughter. Love to travel, eat, and meet new people.
Awesome, awesome. Well, Ben, we're excited to have you on here today and just learn about all of your journey, some of your journey here in insurance. So, would love to hear before you got into insurance, what was your background?
Yeah, immediately before I got into insurance, I managed a bank. Did that for about 4.5 years. Hated it for 4.5 years because it
Oh,
really was retail. It was
oh,
retail. I just got to play with money instead of clothes or something else.
okay.
Didn't get to keep any of it though. So long
Oh,
hours, very stressful in a management position. Before that, I was a broker selling gold and silver for investment purposes. And prior to that, about 25 different things that I did, starting in middle school somewhere all the way up. But really my
so
career's been sales. Yeah.
okay. All right, awesome. Well, what led you from banking and brokering to insurance?
Yeah, so I was, brokering, moved to Texas so my wife could pursue her career. And in doing that, started my own business, and it went uh, catastrophically because I had no experience as a business owner before. I was really good with customers, but really
Okay.
bad about finding them. And so I
Okay.
got into banking because I thought, I like helping people with money. I like helping people get out of debt. Banking
Mhm.
makes a lot of sense. And it was not at all what I thought it would be. It
Ooh,
was all about
okay.
helping the bank grow and not the customer. And I didn't like
Okay.
that. So I came
Yeah.
across an ad, was actually on our church job board, and took a
Okay.
look at it, was tired of the 70 hours a week that I was working. So
Mhm.
desperate enough to try insurance, but fortunate enough that I found what I did, and it's been a life changer.
Mhm. I love that. Desperate enough to try insurance. That seems to be like, I feel like if there could be a theme for why people get into insurance, it's, well, I was desperate. And so,
Yeah.
so it's my last place.
You know,
I
I
love it.
I had interviewed with other insurance companies in the past, like when I first
Mhm.
moved to Texas in '05, '06, and I
Okay.
didn't like the business model, right? It was door knock, it was cold call, it
Yep.
was go to friends and family. And at 32, when I came here, I'd done all those things before at some point
Yep.
in my career. And with a wife who didn't work outside of the home and a 2-year-old, I didn't want to have to go put in 5 or 10 years of work to get to a place that was comfortable. Right? I wanted to be able to put in a year or two of hard work to get to a place that would give my family what I wanted them to have.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. So, all right. So you come to insurance. All right. So now you're here. And
Mhm.
I'd love to hear over the last 13 years, what has been some of the most significant or a most significant moment for you as an agent?
Ooh, that's a lot. 13 years is a long time, but I think
No pressure.
a couple of different ones that really stood out for me.
Okay.
Um, and this is in the probably the last couple years. Number one, we took a family vacation along with our best friends and their kids, my mother-in-law and my best friend's mother-in-law, and we were gone for 23 nights in Europe.
Wow.
And
Oh my goodness.
when I was back in the States for the remaining 8 days of the month, I still didn't work. I literally took the whole month off.
Oh
And
wow.
that in and of itself is pretty good. The fact that we were traveling and, we weren't staying at Holiday Inn Expresses. This, business has changed our desires in where we stay now. as a former missionary who lived in a hut for a while. This was the
I've been
opposite of
there.
that.
I've been there,
Yeah, you've been
done
there
that.
too, right?
I've
So
been there, done that.
I understand. But I had $50,000 deposited into my bank account that month, and I didn't work that month. So what this can do with hard work,
Hard
that
work.
that's pretty good. I've gotten to travel
Yeah,
all over the place.
I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I love
that's
how you're
pretty
like,
good.
that's pretty good.
Well, I mean, it's all relative, right? So for me, 13 years ago, that would have been phenomenal. Me looking
Mhm.
around at some of my peers, like, it's okay, right? So this business will change
I
you
love that.
too. Um,
Mhm.
and then just being able to, uh, help people. We've given a lot of money over the years to a lot of different things that uh,
Mhm.
one year, we gave more in nonprofits and charities than what I've made in years past. And that's a good feeling. And I don't say that to boast or brag. That's just again to spotlight what's possible when
Mhm.
you do the right things long enough
Yeah.
with a community and people that can help you get it and want you to get it and feel good about doing it. Another huge thing for me, blown away at the products that we sell, because I didn't come into insurance like some people who've had experience with insurance. In fact, I heard the words in the past, I hate insurance, because what I saw was I kept paying money to something, whether it
Mhm.
was my car insurance or home insurance or for my phone in case I drop it, whatever it was, and I never saw the benefit of
Mhm.
the other side of it. and
Yeah.
and now having, in 13 years, almost 50 of my clients who've passed away, and being able to deliver sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to that spouse or those kids or
Oh.
whomever, and being able to see what this does and a weight come off,
Mm.
um, in the hardest of times, because the biggest liability in an instant became the biggest asset, right? And
Mm.
so being able to do that, protecting people's retirement, like I said, I got into banking because I want to help people with investments and retirement and get out of debt. I've
Yeah.
been able to do that in the insurance space, and that feels really good to help people with that. So proud to be an insurance agent. The benefits that it's done for my family, gotten to travel with my wife and our daughter all over the place, and I love that because those are experiences, right? and
Mm.
and in my banking world, the biggest bonus I ever got, I was supposed to get a trip, then 2008 happened, and they said, well, we're canceling bonuses, and my manager felt bad, and she wanted to do something, and out of her pocket, I got a $25 Chili's gift card, which she didn't have to do anything, but that's what she could afford to do, right? And it's
Wow.
not quite the same as a 5 or 6 night, 7 night, 5 or 6 star resort trip
Probably
two
not.
times a year. So, we're playing in an industry that has a lot of money, that when you help them get clients, they reward you really well for it. And then last thing I'll just say is the personal growth and development, um, through the company, and just the relationships that we could get to do this with, right? You and I were in Costa Rica a
That's
few
true.
weeks ago. this
It was
this
great.
company and this
Good time.
industry, we've been,
Mhm.
it's a blast. So my next trip's in a week and a half, and the one after that's in 5.5 weeks. So
Oh
like I
my
get to
goodness.
go all over the place and have a lot of fun. And I never would have thought insurance could be fun. And it can not be fun, but we're having a lot of fun.
Well, I think too, I mean, Ben, you put in the work to get there, right? Like we had, I mean, sure, Costa Rica, we had what, 60 people there who had all earned,
Mhm.
and it was great. But we put in the work to get there. But man, the reward was just awesome. Just celebrating that, enjoying that whole week and the beauty of Costa Rica. I mean, it was amazing. So,
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong there, right? Anything that's going to lead you to success, if it's losing weight, if it's getting stronger, if it's running faster, if it's building a business, you're going to have to put in the work. And the
Mm,
people who will do that, I think, if you're going to do work, do it in a place that you reap benefits of hard
mm.
work, right? Don't settle for
Yep.
55,000 a year because, that's what you went and got your degree in. There's better for you out there. You're going to have to get a little uncomfortable learning something new. And especially if you've been successful before, like it's hard to start over and
It is.
be bad long enough to get good. But
Mhm.
here, good is really good and really good is phenomenal.
That's a mic drop right there, Ben. I love it. Well, I mean, Ben, you've had some pretty awesome experiences. I think things that people would literally do just about anything for. And, this
Mm.
is just your regular life. So, what would you say, when you think about your future and like your vision for your future in insurance, what is that? Like, can it get better? How can it get better? What are you hoping for in the future?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And yes, it can get better. I believe it can always get better, right? We can get
Mm,
better. Life can get better. It's what we make of it. That's what makes it so special is
mm,
we get to design it, right? But now, as good as it has been for us, it where we are in this stage of this thing is now how many lives can we impact doing what we do, and not just from the client
mm.
standpoint but team members looking to be part of this thing, right? It's kind of like having kids. You have kids. I
Yep.
have one, but as any loving parent wants better for their kid than what they had, I think,
Oh,
right?
100%.
And maybe not. I feel that way. Maybe not everybody does, but I want better for my kid than what I had. I know my parents have said we just did our best, for you. Having agents is a lot like having kids, right? Making my first 100,000 was great. Helping my first agent make 100,000 was better. Making my first 300,000 was great. Helping my first agent make 300,000 was better, and so on and so forth. So for us, it's about how many lives we can help transform, get out of the rat race, especially those people stuck in corporate thinking there's no way out, but
Mm.
there is something out there that, not only gives you control, but beyond that, freedom. And we're fortunate enough that we found it, and we want to help others find it too.
Oh, wow. Well, you're doing a great job of that, Ben. And so I hope you just can keep doing that, and we'll be here to keep watching you, cheering you on, and seeing all the people whose lives you're going to be changing. And awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming on and letting
Yeah,
us
thank
shine
you.
a little bit. This was awesome to hear your story and just all that you and your family get to experience. So thanks again so much, man.
Well, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Take care.
See ya. Hey there, thanks so much for watching this episode of Advisor Spotlight. Here at Advisor Verified, we love spotlighting agents all across America as they share their passion for why they love doing what they get to do, protecting you and your family. So be sure to go to advisorverified.com and search for an advisor in your state that you connect with and that you know is licensed, insured, verified.